Alright, everybody. Hello, Selig here. So, something that a lot of people are wondering about this game is how to farm, and how to farm efficiently at that. So, there's a lot of items that you need to collect for your schematics. Let's say, to build this, you need silver, rotating gizmos, and the other two aren't that hard or difficult to find. But there are things for upgrading. So, let's say I want to upgrade this to level 30 from 20 to the tier 3. Well, I need lightning in a bottle and pure drops of rain, weapon designs, and schematic XP. So how do I get these, and how do I make that efficient? Well, that's what I'm going to answer here today. So the first thing you need to know is what you actually need, what you need to gather. That's what you need to ask yourself. What do I need to get where I want, and what am I trying to upgrade? And then go over to quest. Now, a lot of people think that quest they'll ignore the side quests because they're annoying. I know myself. I do the complete two others with Stonewoods. I threw that off a long time ago because I was already in Plankerton, and I did one of them, and the other one I just haven't gotten around to. But these give you um, good rewards. So they don't always give you supplies. Sometimes they'll give you for example, you get experience, survivor XP, survivors, which you can turn into experience. But sometimes they'll give you some good stuff. So rotating gizmos and 15 silver ore. That's pretty nice. And then you have these, which give you one of each. The collection book is if you need training manuals, designs. You get those from the collection book mostly. That's where I got most of mine, just throwing stuff in the collection book. So there's a whole bunch of V-Bucks here. There's a whole bunch of founders coins. You get a weapon here, so you can disassemble that weapon and make something out of it. Skill points. You get. I have a transformation schematic. This one takes a bit longer though. I don't see many water types, but when I do, I'm sure to collect the data after killing them. So you also get schematics from doing the main storyline and experience. You get a whole bunch of stuff from doing the main storyline. But what if you don't want to do the storyline, or you're too far behind for the level that you're on for the story? Well, it's time to farm. And the best way to do this is going to any mission, any level, and looking at these timed ones. And it's usually the timed ones that you'll get good things. So if you need rotating gizmo, this one gives you two rotating gizmo, hero XP, and survivor XP. Now you can only play this once for the rotating gizmos, but you can keep coming through here and scavenging the hero and survivor XP. Especially if you're a higher level, you can do it a lot more efficiently, but it's still timed. So that's something they were sure to put in the game, so no matter what, you still pretty much spend the same time. It's just how much resource you want to spend. Here you get 900 hero XP plus extra hero XP. Let's check out the Plankerton area. So for this encampment, I get hero XP and pure drops rain, and as you can see, it's not timed, so I can keep running it and running it and running it, and just continue to get pure drops of rain. But what if you don't want pure drops of rain? Let's say you want lightning in a bottle. Well, voila, here you go, lightning in a bottle and survivor XP. But let's say you've already got your lightning in a bottle. You're banking on it, have it piled up, just you can't carry anymore. Same with pure drops of rain. For some reason, you just got really lucky. Well, then look here. You have missions like this that only give you one reward. And usually, if it just gives you one reward, it gives you a lot more of it than it would, like, say, two. So you'll get a lot more of it. But also take into to notice the level requirement because that affects it as well. Not only that, but how much you do in that quest. So make sure you don't go over the build limit. Make sure that you craft a whole bunch of traps or weapons to get your utility up. Make sure that you still do build, but just don't exceed the build limit. And make sure your combat's pretty good. Now, you can't always get all of those. For example, you're probably not going to get the building one on the encampment, although you can. And you're probably not going to get the combat one on some of these other missions, like the bomb, deliver the bomb. We did level 40 deliver the bomb, and we didn't even get a gold combat badge. There just simply wasn't enough enemies just in the main thing. We didn't go out and try to kill any encampments, though. To be fair, we didn't do any of the extra stuff. But anyways, you want to pay attention to the ones that only have one reward, because that's what gives you the most out of it, if that's what you're looking for. Now, of course, you can also do things that give you less rewards and or more rewards if you need them. So, for example, let's say I need schematic and survivor XP, so this would be a perfect mission for me because Ride the Lightning's not that hard of a mission, and I need both of these things so I can keep on just replaying this mission over and over again. The fact is, there's not really a simple way to farm. This is a very grindy game, and a lot of people may have a problem with that. Well, it's just what the game is, and I kind of like it. A lot of people do like it because you actually have to work for what you're getting. So, schematic XP, lightning in a bottle, not bad. Hero XP and schematic XP. You pretty much just go throughout the map and look for things to unlock. Now, we're going to come over here and look at the level 19 missions, if there are any. Sometimes there's not. There's one. Schematic XP, rotating gizmo. Schematic XP alone for one fight the storm, which is super simple. Just defend for 8 minutes, and you could probably get away with wooden walls if you're a higher level. Just throw wooden walls in there, upgrade them level 3. If you're a constructor, throw your base down, and there, you just pretty much one-hit everything. And that's pretty much it. You can get more resources by doing expedition squads. The reason why I didn't really go over this is because it varies. It's very random of what you'll get. You'll never really get a set thing of, hey, you will get this. I mean, there are some that will tell you that you'll search for survivors and you'll get a survivor from it. But it's very time consuming to send people out on these expeditions. As you can see, I have these sent out on 8-hour missions, 28% done. First small supply cache. It'll come back with some crafting supplies. It's super good to send on those. But other than that, I really wouldn't rely on this for that just because you never know what you're going to get out of it. And that's pretty much all for that. If you're looking for metals, you're trying to farm metals, you can do the silver and all that. That's all fine and dandy. But what you want to do for silver is actually go to like level 19 through about, I want to say 28 mission. And that's where you'll find a lot more silver. Try to find these wood maps where you can just go on the outskirts and find caves all along them. That's where you're gonna find your silvers and caves. Same thing with malachite. Malachite you really want to do 34 and up. It's more common in the 30 and the 40s, but even then it's still a pretty rare resource. So just keep that in mind. But that's all. If you have anything to add, go ahead and throw it in the comments. If you have anything you want me to go over, you think that would be useful for a video, go ahead and just let me know. And I'll be sure to make a video on it, guys. I'm already level 37, which isn't that high. I'm pretty high in the storyline, but I have friends that I always play with that are above me and in Plankerton. One guy's already finished, pretty much gone halfway through Plankerton now, or sorry, Candy Valley now. And I've had a blast playing with them. I've had a blast farming and everything, and it's been great. This game is really good, and if you're asking yourself, oh, should I buy this game? Well, it's really up to you. If you like grinding, then games that you actually have to work on, you can't just, start out with everything, then this is definitely a good game for that. Even for people that pre-ordered the max pre-order, we don't start out with that much. Like we have our I did get the max pre-order. We have our heroes and our weapons, but leveled up, if you can't level them up, then there's no point in having them. I mean, sure, you do have to get them, but they're just as good as any other, I guess, legendary weapon. And there's actually legendary weapons that have higher DPS and last longer than the ones that you have. It's all about the role you get as well. So let's take a look at what I mean by that. So on the right, you'll see the roles that I get, and at level 20, at certain levels, they'll unlock certain things, and that's all great. So this one, for instance, gets plus 10% damage, then plus 15% damage. That's 25 total, and then plus another 21% for crit chance at level 15. And for a rocket launcher, that's really good. Now, something that I did mess up on is I had this sniper called the Silver Founder's Wasp, or it was the Copper Founder's Wasp when I got it. But for the damage, it had Elemental, which is effective against all types and has no weakness, but it doesn't do as much damage to each. So what I mean by that is if you have this one, which is water, and you use it against fire, it's going to do more damage than the elemental does against fire. But also, if you attack in nature against it with this sniper, it does less damage. So that's kind of the drawback of it. But anyways, I had this one that had pretty much the same loadout, but it was elemental, and I accidentally dismantled that, and it was definitely a mistake. Now, something else is weapons like these, the skewers, are really good if you're a melee user. So for ninjas, the durability decay and crit damage on this is crazy. So whenever I use my ninja, I'm sure to use this one over my actual legendary one. Even though the DPS is higher on this one, it doesn't have an AoE attack really. Its heavy attack just blows. It's and it does cost an active power cell. You'll notice that with legendary weapons. With anything epic and lower, it'll use like rotating gizmos, which is a lot more doable, but you can't level them up to the 5th tier. Or you can actually with the epics, but anything below that you can't level up to 5th tier. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. Um, just let me know if you have any questions. I'll be sure to answer them, get back to y'all. Thanks. C League out.